she need to take care of, who needed to have stress. I'm gonna tell you more about the story when I come back. We are gonna take a break and we will be right back and I will delve into my story with you. Welcome back, everyone. I am Charmaine Brown, and I'm blessed to be here with you on Impact Gospel Radio. The program is Mental Health, a holistic impact, me and the Impact Gospel Radio team, try to provide you with information and just information, tools, and strategies how to assist you in balancing your life where your mental health is intact and your life is intact, because there are some persons who believe that if they're having mental health issues, it doesn't affect the other part of their life. And that I can tell you, my friends, and all those persons who are listening, that it doesn't go like that, because we're a holistic being, and what affect one area of our lives does affect the other areas of our lives. And so we need to get our lives together, in the sense of whatever works, let it work. Whatever we have to put in place, let it put in place. If we have to seek help, some of us are afraid to go get the help we need because they're thinking people are going to call us cuckoo or we're mad or whatever it is. Let them call us that. The onus are on us for us to get the help. We need the help, go get it. Get it from people who are professional, like myself, a psychotherapist, licensed, certified psychotherapist. Yeah, I was telling you before I went on break that I had sustained trauma in 2004, I believe, where I was looking job. I have never worked before. I had a business before, but I've never worked in the work world. And I wanted work. I had a lot of subject at the time, and I was very bright. I'm still bright. And so when I went, I couldn't get any job in Montego Bay there. I just couldn't. And so I went into a supermarket and I showed them my credentials. They said they're not hiring me because I'm overqualified. They don't know why I want to become a cashier. I wanted to cash. What's so hard in believing that I really wanted to learn? I really wanted to know to cashier, how to become a cashier. I was Freeport and I looked up in the collection agency, and they said, the lady looked at me and said, I'm not hiring you because you're not going to stay here with us. You're overqualified. And I said, what is it that you can't understand, that I really want to work here? Like, people, I really wanted a job. I've never worked in my life before. And I wanted to see what that 9 to 5 was. I wanted to see a paycheck. Well, I had a business before and I was getting money from it. But I want to see the other side of this working world. And I said to the lady, hire me. I really want the job. I will stay. At the time, I was going to stay. And so she hired me. She gave me the job, and I realized I was terrible at the job. Believe you me, I knew they were going to fire me because I didn't know how to collect money from people. I really didn't know what I was doing. They give you this script that you read and that you have to know when you call somebody and tell them that they owe money and they need to pay it. And I was terrible at the script. I didn't know how to get those money. And so I knew I wasn't doing a good job. And in my mind, I knew that if I'm not doing a good job, I wouldn't hire me if I'm not doing a good job. So why should somebody else hire me if I'm not doing a good job? And so I knew that they were going to get rid of me. I was upset with the people who I was collecting money from. And so, because when I call them and tell them that they owe and they need to pay, they would curse me out and tell me why, you don't go pay it, don't call me, don't, and lot of slang in it, rude. I can't say it here. And I was getting frustrated because I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't collecting any money. I've never collected any money in that company, and I felt like I wasn't working, even though they were paying me. And I got sick. I had to be admitted, and while I was admitted, they fired me from the job. Yes, while I was in the hospital, they fired me. They fired me, and they didn't know why I didn't come to work. I didn't have a chance to call them. It was emergency. And I was traumatized. It was an illness that causes some trauma and me in my mentality. And so when they fire me, a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, who was a human resource manager as well for Sandals at the time, called this manager and said, "Why would you fire her? She's actually in the hospital sick. You had no reason to fire her while she was sick." And they were going to hire me back, and I just said, "You know what? I'm not doing a good job at this place." And with me and integrity, if I'm not doing a good job, I'm just not doing a good job. I just need to go somewhere else. And this was when I said to myself, I am going to go into school because I keep putting off that 4 years study. Every people want to go into college and university to study, and it's 4 years. And as a young girl looking at 4 years, it seems so long. But this was a time when I said, I am going to go to college, and I'm going to spend that 4 years in college where no one else will ever fire me in my life. And so I did not deal with that trauma that I sustained. I went into right after, maybe 3 months after, not dealing with the trauma. I went straight into college and I buried myself for 4 years. And when I mean buried myself, people, I mean I studied to the point where my brother Mark would look at me in the morning and said, "Are you not going to sleep? Are you not going to eat? Are you crazy?" The program that I was in was nursing, and it was very hard. I didn't expect it to be so hard because I was doing a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Some of these courses I've never heard of before in my life. Some of these things I've never seen them in all my life. And there are some courses that they are only offered every year. And so if you fail this year, you have to wait until next year before you can get into that program again, because you can't pass through this program without doing these courses. And so I decided that I am not failing not one of my courses. Not one will I fail. And so I studied so much that in the middle of my head right here, see here, in the middle of my head, it was bald spot. Right here was a big bald spot with little fine gray hair right here. And my hair was like this, short and dry, and it couldn't grow. My hair would not grow. I was not doing well. I wasn't eating. I wasn't sleeping. I was what they call it, school stress. That's the way I put it. School stress. I was stressed because of school. And I decided that, well, it's 4 years. So the 4 years must up somehow, somewhere. I am sticking to it. And I never dealt with that trauma. I never thought about it. Every time it comes into my mind, I just go study. Every time it comes into my mind, I study. And it was just like that. When schooling was done, I realized that it was not dealt with, and I have to find time to deal with it, to fix it. So what I'm saying to you, some of us go like Karen, who go into the program to forget the trauma she is going through. It we have to deal with it. It might take a longer time when we forget it out of our mind because we're doing something else to distract us. But we must deal with it. We must deal with our trauma. We're going to take a break. And when we come back, we will continue with the Karen saga, Karen dilemma. Let's take a break. Welcome back, everyone. I am Charmaine Brown, and I am blessed to be here with you. All those persons who normally join me, welcome back. Newcomers, we welcome you with an open arm. I can do it anytime in the show. I didn't remember to do it at the beginning of the show. I can do it anytime in the show. You need what I am charging you about now, though, is there are people in our communities, in our homes, our friends and family members that do not know that this show is available. You need to share this show. You need to share these events, these programs. Share them with other people because, as I said, everybody knows somebody. Excuse me. Share that persons who are going through a hard time can see this program, appreciate this program, recognize that there are programs in place, that there are resources in place to help them, and just share, like, and just send it all over. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we are on YouTube, and the Mental Health Horizon. Yeah, I think that's our Facebook thing. www.mentalhealthhorizon.com, or send us an email at info@mentalhealthhorizon.com. There's a group of people here. I am there. I am licensed and certified, and I am qualified to help you. Do not be afraid. I am Jamaican. I am Canadian. I am almost American. I am here to help you. I know the different culture and how we think about seeking the help we need, especially people, some people from Jamaica. I'm not bashing anyone. They have a strong mentality, they have a strongness about themselves, and to go seek mental health help, sometimes they might not do it. I am encouraging you that if you need it, you know what, seeking help for your mental health distortion, whatever it is, it doesn't have, you don't have to have a mental health diagnosis to seek help. Once you're not functioning the way you used to for quite a while, where it is affecting your lifestyle, it's affecting your work and your relationship, you need to seek help. Once you can't do it by yourself, you need to seek professional help. When you If you come to me and I can't help you because I assess you, and we do in-depth assessment here at Mental Health Horizon, we do in-depth assessment, head to toe, from a nurse's point of view. And if you need further help, if we'll hear anything and you need further help, we'll refer you. So don't think that we're just going to sit down and you are going to have a heart problem, or we hear something that we are not supposed to hear and we're going to let you stay there without getting the help. No, we don't do that. I am monitoring our comment section, and I am monitoring the phone, and I am also focusing over that side where the producer is, so my eyes are all over the place. We are going to continue with the current situation, current saga. So Karen overstayed her visit in the United States of America and without status. This become an immigration issue. Listen to me. Some of you might be turning up your nose. Depends where you're from. There's a lot of people that run away in other people's country. There were persons who were in my country from other country, like the Asians and Cubans, and there are people who leave Caribbean country, go to the States and Canada, the British countries or the European countries. There are many people who run away in other people's country. So don't turn up your nose when somebody don't have papers. If you know how to help them get the help they need, and stop criticize and stop judge. So Karen was without papers in the United States because she overstayed her visit. She decided that she would never return home until she gains an education in a first world country and was stable financially. That was her dream. Are you going to kill somebody's dream because they run away in somebody else's country? Are we going to kill somebody else's dream? Are we going to talk them and whisper about them and gossip about them and all these things? So here they are in somebody else's country. They have no papers. They're actually having stress over this, because when you're in somebody else's country without paper, you cannot work. You don't have the free movement that you normally would have without some immigration people coming down on you. You have that fear that some immigration people is going to come on you and capture you and deport you back to your country. There's that constant fear in the back of your head. Okay? Plus, who they live with. Is this person trustworthy? Who they're staying with? They have that as well. Where are they going to eat? Where are they going to get job? They have all that problem. And then you coming into these people's life, just passing them and knowing them and chatting them and criticizing them and passing judgment. You are adding to the problem, people. My mother tell me, if I am not fixing the problem, keep my mouth shut and move along. And she didn't say it that nice either. She didn't even say it that nice. If you have nothing good to say nothing. Keep your mouth zip. If you cannot help someone, don't say anything. If you know somebody who can help, ask the person, can I give you a number? Can I do this? Can I do that? Get their permission. But don't tamper when somebody's not feeling well. Don't add to their, people always said it was the last straw that break the camel back. Don't add to their distress. Don't add to their problems. Don't add. Fix it. Help. I have so many pet peeves, people. I want you to know that I am not perfect. I am far from perfection, and I don't want to be perfect. Because then if I am perfect, I have to do everything, and that's a mental illness. Perfection is a mental illness. Because once you miss something that you were normally to do, it stresses you out. I am not perfect, but there are values and integrity and characteristics and my personality that forms and build me. And there are some things that I don't like. And you will hear it because you realize my voice is getting up because of that passion. I'm a passionate Jamaican. I'm a passionate Jamaican. So she had no papers, but she decided that she's not going home until she get the education in a first world country and is financially stable before she can go home. And who can blame her? You don't know what she's going through. This is just the beginning. She had no idea at 16 what it would take to survive in a first world country without proper support, documentation, and citizenship. At 16, Karen had no idea what she was going to go through. Nothing. She's 16. She's a teenager. She don't know. She left New York at the end of the academic scholarship or championship. She took a book. She took a bus without the group knowing and went to stay with an aunt, her mother's sister, Vernica, in Trenton, New Jersey. Karen took a bus and was leaving Manhattan and going into New Jersey, Trenton, to be with Vernica, her mother's sister. We are taking another break. When we come back, we do some chit chat and we will see. Welcome back, everyone. I am Charmaine Brown, and I'm blessed to be here with you as your host and Impact Gospel Radio, Mental Health, a Holistic Impact, where we provide tools and strategies, coping skills to help us when we're not doing that great, when we're not at our best. Because whatever affects our physical and our emotional and our spiritual self, let us not forget that part of us. We're a spiritual being. Whatever affect the other section of our life, the other areas of our life, does cause mental health stress as well, and mental ache. And when we fix our mental health and put it and allow it to be in balance, then our whole life, our whole a holistic healing that we are looking. And as I was telling the producer that I'm gonna just chit chat with you for the next 4 minutes that I have here, is that we can achieve happiness, but we cannot achieve happiness when we don't know how to get that happiness. When we're not doing well and when we have a mental health issue where we're hurting ourselves, we're hurting others, we don't know what we're about, we just know that we're feeling pain, we don't know where that pain is coming from. And I can relate to that clearly because when I was younger, I was in so much pain where it seems like I was going to go crazy. I was going to go mad because as a Jamaican, there are only certain um, analgesic pain medication. Let me not use analgesic. Let me just use simple things like the pain medication that was available were Panadol, Fensic, Cafinol, um, and aspirin, I believe. Those were only the pain medication that I knew at that time, and they were not strong enough for me, and I wasn't taking them properly, because when you take them and 2 hours after, that pain would come back on me. I would have to take again. I couldn't wait until the 4 to 6 hours before I take more. I have to take it because I was sickly. I had underlying illness, and I had sores, and those sores were painful sores. They were painful ulcers. And so it was hard. It was hard having my mental a balance. It was hard maintaining a balance, because when you're in pain, whatever caused the pain, it doesn't have to be physical. It can be from anything that is causing us that pain, that psych ache, not allowing us to relax, not allowing. We need to find a way to deal with it. Find somebody to help us. Find that supportive system to be there as a sense of support. Find those professionals that can help. If it's physical, if it's from a physical point of view, get the doctor, get the specialist involved. Get these professionals involved, especially when you're in a first world country and the system is open up for you. For instance, in Canada, where you have your healthcare is covered, and you have the professionals that are around to help you. Get the help you need. If you're wherever you are, even if you're in Jamaica, wherever you are, get that help to help take that ache away, whatever's causing that ache. Because once you release up the ache and talk through the ache and talk through the pain, and you get help, they refer you and tell you who can help in this area, who can help in that area, and you finish up that ache, you get rid of the ache. Then you are able to enjoy your life. You're able to be happy. You cannot experience happiness until all that is causing problem and shame is removed. I love you, wonderful people. Join me again every Monday at 6:30 Central Daytime, 7:30 Eastern Daytime, and Impact Gospel Radio. This is Mental Health, a holistic impact, and I am Charmaine Brown, a licensed, certified psychotherapy, here with you. Have a great evening. Bye.
Impact Gospel Radio and Mental Health Horizon. All information posted or aired is merely for educational purposes and is not a substitute for seeking further professional advice. While the information aired has been verified to the best of our abilities, we cannot guarantee there are no mistakes or errors. We reserve the right to change this policy at any time. If you want to stay up to date with the latest mental health information, please visit our website at www.mentalhealthhorizon.com, book an appointment at info@mentalhealthhorizon.com, or tune into the broadcast every Monday evening at 6:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time.